Hey guys, thanks for tuning in on this ongoing coverage from day 4 of CMA Industry Week. We're going to continue this afternoon for the next 2 hours, split up into 4 sessions with a really important brand and manufacturer that covers several different categories. We're going to start first in this session with mobile video. And to join me is none other than Vice President of Accele Electronics. He's been with us before, Mr. Christian Way.
Hey, what's going on, Ben? How are you?
How's it going? Good to have you back, Chris.
Good, man.
So,
pretty long week for you.
It's been a long week, but I'll tell you, I've learned so much, and we're providing such great content. And hopefully, the dealers can use this as a resource to help them, get prepared and make decisions for the upcoming season to come. Right. And, no doubt, happy to have you back. Accele covers so many different categories. So as you can see, we have divided the pie, if you wish, into 4 separate segments, so it's easier to chew. And dealers can go back and kind of look at the different topics and choose if should they watch it on demand. First session, we're talking about mobile video. We had a chance to touch base on this a while back on a CMA Connected, but I think we're going to do a little deeper of a dive on this one. Maybe get to know, because really, let's be honest, mobile video rather is where Accele really kind of made their name, if you will.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, well, I know maybe like a month ago, is that when we had it? We kind of
about a month ago.
Kind of overview about the company and just kind of dove in on who we are, and we touched on a few products, but we really just kind of focused on how long we've been in the industry and the influence we've had, and so yeah, today we'll dive a little deeper into SKUs, I guess, but we can do a quick history, I suppose, really briefly on mobile video.
Well, I think maybe a good idea. Let's just get this out of the way because, of course, we have dealers tuning in and watching this. Let's get a very important piece of information out of the way. Who are your video distribution partners in Canada?
Right. So, yeah, we can talk about this all day, but if you don't have somewhere to get it, that's a problem. So we have 2 great partners, BB Distribution and Importel. Left Coast, Right Coast, man, outstanding partners. I think they've shared they've both had some pretty dominant time with you so far this week.
Definitely. I don't know if they're competing for who can be on with me longer, but it seems like it feels that way sometimes.
Yeah, a little bit. But hopefully you guys were able to, and if you haven't jumped on to those podcasts, I think they've had some 10-hour sessions or something. And we might have some visitors today throughout the next 2 hours.
All right.
But they're great. They're great partners, man. And we've had over the years, we've had really good, relationships in Canada. And we're very selective about, the partners that we choose. And when our last partner Staub kind of stepped out of 12 volt, he even kind of, Scotty kind of directed me towards, these are really the guys you want. They'll cover you both sides, and they have great relationships, and they do business the right way. And their product lines are very full, so you can pretty much get everything you need there. They're great partners. If you're not doing business with them, I really, I highly recommend you give them both a shout.
Both of them, both Importel and BB Distribution, have some pretty aggressive offers going on. Mm-hmm. Do you have any information to share about that with regards to Accele?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll be highlighting a few of those during the week. I know that Importel is throwing a blanket 5% off everything we're doing, whether they have it in stock or we gotta ship it in. Again, let's keep in mind we're gonna focus today on a couple different categories. We have 8,000 SKUs.
Jeez.
Yeah, so it's a pretty big barn.
Yeah.
So. I'm sure they love us as much as we love them, but they don't love us enough to stock 8,000 SKUs. No. But they're going to throw a 5% on everything we have to offer, and everything in their house. And then B&B's offering, they're going to target in on specific things that they really want to get behind, and we'll be highlighting those as we move forward.
Yeah, and just I happen to know this because I got insider information. If you want to know about them BB discounts, you got to get into their private BB Facebook page. And how do you do that? Contact your BB distribution representative. Let's get into it. When exactly in the timeline did the company get into mobile video?
Yeah. I mean, the company's been around since, late 80s, pretty much. But in around 1994, briefly, and again, you can if you can reference the podcast we had before for a deeper dive on the history of the company. But 1994, we were the first ones to throw mobile video up there on the CES floor. I think we had a 4-inch screen, and then we quickly progressed into a bunch of firsts, like first headrest screen. We had one of the first drop downs out there, and we still have a heavy. We've diversified quite a bit, but we have a heavy focus on video and making sure that we're kind of first in line launching some newer technologies, and we'll discuss some of those with mobile video as we move forward.
I mean, just to flash back to that moment at CES. I mean, you must have turned a lot of heads. Like, whoa.
Yeah.
Screens for the car. What?
Yeah.
What's this?
Yeah. That was odd. And now, now look at it. It's in every car, right?
It's every car. Like even base model cars have a screen, quote unquote, of some kind. But,
later on, and that was Alan. That was the owner. He came in and he was, kind of slid into the warehouse like Kramer entering the room, Seinfeld, and he's like, "You gotta put up these fences, and we're gonna bring in this."
You realize, Chris, all the younger installers like who's.
I know, but look it up because it's worthwhile. It's great. It's a great show. Yeah. But yeah, he brought in these screens, and he's like, they're gonna be high ticket, So I kind of looked at him, even like, okay, well, we'll see. And sure enough, man, that thing just blew up.
So you've been around since the day you put out a screen.
Yeah, let's not keep that.
You just dated yourself. You did that on your own, sir. I had nothing to do with that.
Dude, I'm going to share this with you. This is horrific. I was there when they had their first fax machine, right? I mean, wow. Yeah, that's nuts. That's crazy.
While you were taking out the typewriter, or?
Yeah, no. Okay. While I was typing memos with a chisel and a rock, a hammer.
So okay, back on track. Obviously, Accele Electronics has not only survived but thrived since that moment. So obviously, there has to be some type of game plan or strategy in place that has separated you, from other competition. Because obviously, let's be honest, that point, going back to that moment where you took out the street, lots has happened. Other players into the game, but here you are, 6,000 SKUs later. So let's talk a little bit about what you did different.
Man, I think we do a lot of things different. And again, that starts from the top. It starts from Alan. He's very particular about panels and what we're using them for. So, you have a couple things. You want to make sure that that the panel, everything you need, the panel, the off access, everything else, the brightness, everything is what you need for that application. And then you want to deliver it at a price that is affordable, right? So I think he does as good a job as any, and over the years, obviously, he has more experience with it. He does the best job at that, delivering the best panel at the best price for the right, for the right product. Again, we'll kind of talk about certain things. We'll talk about drop downs where that multiple people are viewing them. On that panel, you need an outstanding access, right? Is viewing access. You need brightness. You need a good contrast. Everybody's looking at it. Headrest monitor, not necessarily. You want nice resolution, but you don't need off access, right? I mean, off access sometimes is a problem. So it's just really identifying, where you need to put your priorities in panel quality against price, and then making it affordable or as affordable as possible for the consumer.
I think, and I think, I'd like to point out that staying on top of things, as technology progressed, for any brand in any segment, if you're not staying on top of the trends and staying on top of the technology and incorporating that into your offering, you're going to fall off track.
Yeah.
And
for sure. And there's been a lot of changes, right? And we try and stay ahead of the curve as much as possible. I mean, if not the first, we were one of the first to introduce, streaming capability to our monitors. That's one of those things, and different applications, right? So, it's tough, but again, I think we do a pretty good job at that. We're not a $400 million gorilla, so we're still smaller and more nimble, and we tend to be a little more quick to industry, to market than a lot of our competitors. And we're not a small company, but we're able to move quickly, just within our infrastructure. So I think that allows us to do that. And then again, you got a guy at the helm that's kind of tends to see things a little bit before they happen, which is cool. A couple other things I think we do well. I'm sorry, man. Is we don't When we find the right panel for specific products, we stockpile them. We don't, we're not a company that just goes over to China and buys a container of the cheapest thing and brings it over. And we literally buy those panels. We know they're good. We spec them out, and that's what you're going to get in our monitors every time they come over. They come over, everything gets QC'd in-house right here in California. It gets opened up, powered up, turned on, features tested, and then packaged up, QC'd, labeled, and shipped out. So at least before UPS and FedEx get their feet on it, it was working. So,
Yep.
Yeah, right.
Very, very cool. I have a slide here that I want to bring up. Let's go ahead and bring that up.
Yeah, this is one other thing I think that we do the best, and we keep on diving deeper in it, and that's just offering the dealer support, and that starts with displays, and if you're not showing them, it makes it a lot more difficult to sell. I mean, you can bring them to our website, and we can go through that, but people still love to touch and feel. And to be quite honest with you, they can shop online at their house now, right? So they're in your store because they want to touch and they want to feel and they want to experience the product. And I think we do a really good job at doing that. There's a couple pages if you highlight on the top. I don't know if you can zoom in there on those. Yeah, those are great, man. Those are 60-inch long, 18-inch wide, full wall mounting displays. It'll take you all of 20 minutes to hang up. Each panel is plug and play. So as we rotate through technology and SKUs, I mean, obviously there's a lifespan. You can just take another one, drop it up. We have, we can make it for any category. That means, obviously ADAS, like collision avoidance. We can do mobile entertainment. We have a heads-up display. We can do 36s. We can do 18s. And if you're supporting 3 or more of our brands and categories, we'll also supply you with additional ones, for things that we, are not that deep in, some security products and et cetera, other categories. So you can kind of redo your store, and, what you're doing is you're buying 3 to go and 1 to show. That's it. And we're giving you the display and everything wired up.
And you really have a lot of different ones here. I just went to a second page there just to give the dealers watching an idea of the catalog of just the displays.
Yep. All table, and of course, if you don't have room, you don't have wall space, then we have tabletops as well. We'll talk about the USB. We'll pull that one up later on the top left-hand corner. We'll talk about that one later. I know B&B is offering like a 25% discount on a buy-in, and you get a free tabletop display. Yeah, that thing's outstanding, man. It's a really good selling tool. But we'll touch into that later, obviously.
All right. Let's keep the good times rolling, sir.
Let's do it.
So where are we? So we're talking about displays. We're talking about different opportunities for point of sale stuff. But if anything, it's got me asking questions like, how many brands of video product does Accele Vision actually have? Because I seen a couple different things in that last slide. Yeah. And how are they positioned, more importantly? How are they positioned so we understand?
I'm going to throw out a name there. Neil Willard, man. Neil Willard was funny. Everybody know Neil? He was awesome. Neil. Man, if that guy said good, better, best to be one more time, I was going to kill him. No, I love him like a brother. But it's true. You want to offer everybody a good, better, best scenario. So you have a good, better, best brand, and then you roll it into the products. You want to kind of give them, something. You don't want to walk in and have it be a whole aisle full of options. You just get dizzy and walk out without buying anything. But you want to give them, a 3 offering. So brand wise, we have our Accele Vision product line, obviously, which we're going to tap into product wise pretty deep here. And that's the premium, man. That's us doing the best that we, offering the best that we have, the best panels, the best features, the newest items. The next step down is going to be Xicom, obviously. Xicom is just a little more of a, you're going to step back a hair in panel quality. But again, as I explained, Alan's pretty particular about panels. So all of our panels look good. But you're going to kind of step back in some of the features and capabilities of the unit. And of course, in turn, the cost goes down, right? So it's a little more affordable. And then we have Accent. Accent is a great is a great brand. Most of it is just it's rebranded internally. But what we're doing is we're adding a 3-year warranty to it. So it's really similar features in products that we offer in both of those categories, except it's a premium because you're getting a 3-year warranty. It's really works well if you're doing some dealership work and you need to offer that. And it's an unbranded brand, so really at the end of the day, if consumers see it, they don't know, it's going to lead them in a big circle. You just don't want those kind of conflicts between the two.
All right. So how many
and
was
then, of
that?
course, that's 3. And then, of course,
That's
we have
3.
Accele
Okay.
Custom, which we'll dip into. Accele Custom is basically where everything started, to be honest with you. It was just a mosh pit of LCD screens and cameras and everything. So, but we still have a lot of that metal house, plastic house monitors, VGA, touchscreen, et cetera, et cetera. We can go on. So we'll dip into those too.
All right. Well, let's why don't we show some product, because that's what the dealers want to see.
All right.
I want to see. I'm being selfish.
All right. Well, let's start with the drop-down category. And of course, the Queen Bee here. This is our AXFD17. 17-inch panel, high bright, 16 by 9. I'm sure we've sold quite a few up in Canada, so I'm sure a lot of the dealers have had experience with this piece, but it is unbelievable. I mean, the panel quality is insane. You can look down, it's 1920 by 1080, I think. So it's a full HD panel. You have 2 HDMI inputs, 2 RCA inputs. You have USB SD card readers already built in. It is a phenomenal piece. It's ultra thin, ultra light. I know back in the day when we had like 22s and large monitors, you had to damn near put a 2x4 in the headliner to support it. I mean, this one, not at all. You could probably support this on the headliner if you needed to. But it is by far.
I don't recommend that, by the way.
No, but you could. So yeah, that piece is our number one, and it's really it's become our number one seller. Primarily because a lot of people have been doing sprinter vans and conversion vans. With the epidemic, obviously everyone's trying to just get on the road somehow without mingling with others. Okay. We also, in the same housing, I don't think we need to necessarily jump over that, but we have you can slide back up, just scroll back up to the pic. We have a 10.2 version in that as well. And we have a 13, which is nice. That's a special order piece. That's really a higher quantity run piece for the next year. But the 10.2 is 720p. And for a 10.2, that's plenty. And again, it offers 2 HDMI, USB SD. And our addition of the extra HDMI inputs is also kind of important and something that many of our competitors don't offer. They might offer one, or it might be a side. We give you 2 up above, and it's great. Because it allows you to maybe use like a dongle and stream something from one side, and then you still have something for a Blu-ray player or a gaming device.
Question: all 3 of the models you just highlighted, screen mirroring?
Yeah, good question. Capable, of course. Yeah. We have a dongle set up. I think we're going to get into that a little bit later, but we'll talk about some of our screen mirroring. But of course, very, very capable of that. Yeah. So it's basically just it's a dongle that we're plugging into our HDMI adapter.
Right. AXFD 102.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's a beauty. Again, same thing. We're offering 2 HDMI, 1080p panel, 10.2 inch, same housing style, ultra light, high bright, beautiful low profile design, and just it's just a beautiful piece.
And we're going to go to another one here.
Yep.
What? 22 inches?
Yeah, dude.
Oh my God.
Yeah, this is brand new for us. Took a while to design. We kind of hesitated again because of the weight, but then we, over the years to go with anything larger with a loader. However, just with what went on the last year, the increase in sales in the U.S. alone on sprinter vans and RVs, we knew that it was the right time to launch it. So we had the tooling ready. It was just a question of letting it rip. So again, you're getting an HDMI input, you're getting USB, SD. It does still have a DVD loader on it, you know, and all of our drop downs have built-in IR, obviously, for audio and audio outs. The one thing that our monitors will not do is, and a lot of people ask that, is they don't have converters in them. So they're not going to take an HDMI input and then output it through the RCA. So that's the one thing. If you're using like some of the digital media inputs or HDMI inputs, it's not going to convert it and send it out. But they all have outputs. So if you are using, like in this case, the DVD, or you're using another AV input, video composite, then you can transfer that out.
What about headrest stuff?
Yeah. Back really quick, back to the one more thing on the drop downs. There's a lot of different boards that you can use for SD card and USB readers. And so we picked one that is really, it's the highest grade one that is available, meaning it's going to read every single format. And I know that you all have probably had experience with some of the less expensive pieces out on the market that you put in a USB or an SD card, and it's just not reading .movs, or it's not going to read a, right, an MP4. So ours pretty much cover every format, which is good to know.
All right, just to give you a heads up, we are about 5 minutes, so we're going to try to get as much of this in as possible.
Cruise.
Here we go. Oh, Headrest Server.
Yeah. This thing's amazing. So this whole system, you get two 10.8-inch tablet, basically, or Android-based screens, and they're all wireless, right? And the key to this system, I'm sure everyone's offering is something similar to that, but the key to this system is that server that you see, okay? So, again, power ground, it's going to communicate via Wi-Fi with every monitor, and it'll communicate up to 6 monitors in the vehicle. So it's power and ground. As you can see in the front, you'll see USB inputs. So you can just basically plug in up to, I think it's 100 gig external drive or a thumb drive of all of your music and movies, all of your content, right? You bring that, you put it into the server, and then each individual person in screen can jump onto the server. Yep. And
they can all access independently and watch two different things at the same time.
Yeah, they can access the whole library. And the cool thing is it's it does like a cache, right? So it assigns you all an IP address, and it just gives you a little bit, the server's constantly working and divvying out. But the cool thing is you can have 6 people watching the same movie at the same time from 6 different starting points if you wanted to, right?
Right,
so,
because for them it's as if it's 6 different sources.
That's it, right?
Right, gotcha.
So it's a really, really cool device, really great technology. You can turn it into a hotspot if you want, but each individual screen already has those, right? And they come with Bluetooth headphones, which is awesome. And important, obviously, so you're not really worried about any kind of crosstalk. If you have up to 6 screens in a Sprinter van, IR is going to become an issue. So what's cool about that is each individual one's Bluetooth. So all in stock. I think both distributors have this piece. It's an awesome system.
Certainly it meets the multi-user conundrum, right?
Yeah.
All right. We got time for 1 or 2 more here, Chris.
Okay, so we're going to quickly zoom through RSIcomline. This is a great piece. We've had tremendous luck with it. We have a 13 and a 10. We'll talk about them together. They have the same features, really, except for screen size. Both 16:9. You get 2 HDMI inputs, video in, USB, SD. We use that same the same board for the media drives, the SD card and USB readers in those. And the cool part about this, 3 different color skins. So that little gray shroud you see up there
on the top, yeah, okay,
pops off. You can do black, tan, or gray.
Oh. Yeah. And what about the streaming and mirroring? Same thing as the Accele? Same thing.
Okay. You're going to use our dongle 400, and we'll get into that later.
All right. Let me see if I got one more here. I think I do. Continuing on.
DVD 9850. Unbelievable piece. Again, 3 different color skins. It's a 9-inch wide screen. You have a DVD loader, slot load in the top. USB, SD, and HDMI inputs. The thing I like about it most is that bracket right there. We've redesigned it like 3 times. You can throw that off a truck with a watermelon and it's still going to survive. I mean, kid can swing on it. It's really, really durable and really, really well made.
All right, we got one last one we're going to sneak in real quick here.
Let's jump down to the metal house, right? Can we do that?
What's
Sneak
that?
down, go down to the LCD MCs if you can. No, on the link. Sorry.
Oh, yeah. All right.
That's
where I was going, sir. That's where I was going.
Yeah, we're gonna quickly discuss. Yeah. So in our Accele custom, obviously people are very well aware that we've had everything from 1.8-inch screens now up to 27, and this is our new line. This is the MC series. It's very affordable. All have HDMI inputs. The 15.4p. Let's click on that. Yeah, so this piece is outstanding. 15.4-inch. I think you're gonna have you have HDMI, VGA, video, and what's cool is we added a trim ring on this one. So you're on the if you go to the first pick, you're gonna cut the hole, you're gonna drop it in, you're gonna mount it from the screw holes, and you go back to the second pick, and you're just gonna snap the trim plate on, and you're done. We've really just done all the work for you on that piece. That's the only one out of the group that has a trim ring. But we in the MC, which again is kind of in an affordable price, we're offering a 10.2, a 12-inch, a 15.4, a 22, and now a 27. So awesome. Definitely something you want to jump on the site and check out.
The time flies, eh? I know.
It's too fast.
We just got to talk faster. All right. What did we learn? We learned about the different categories and the different denominations of the brands within Accele rather. I'm so used to Accele Vision because is it true that when you guys came out, was it Accele Vision first and then became electronics?
No. We were Accele Electronics initially. Yeah.
I've been branded by Accele Vision so long that it just
I know.
Keeps on coming up. But anyhow, we'll get back on the next session where we get to learn some more. Thanks for joining us, Chris. We'll see you on the next one.
Sounds great.
There you have it, session 1 with Accele Electronics. And on this day 4 of CMA Industry Week, lots more learning to go. I'm your host, Ben Wu. Until next time, we connect.